Hello kids, welcome back again to our video lessons in Science 4. We are now in quarter 3, week 5 and 6. The reference that I am using from Science links can be found on page 136. Your teacher, Mr. Ray A. Utility. At the end of this lesson, you are expected to tell and understand the habitat of the animals. Please prepare the following: your ballpen and paper. This is a sample worksheet paper that you are going to use. For today's lesson, you will be learning about animals that live on land. Animals that live on the land habitats can be found on page 136. Animals that live entirely on land habitats are predominantly called terrestrial animals. Rainforest animals. Let us know them. Philippine forests are inhabited by different kinds of animals, wild and tame alike. A wide variety of mammals, birds, insects, and reptiles can be found in this particular habitat. These animals survive in the forest. They get their food and all the things that they need. They can also protect themselves from their enemies by hiding in the forest. Tarsier. Do you know what is Tarsier? It is the smallest primate in the world, 90 to 120 mm or 3.5 to 6.25 inches. In height, weighs between 70 and 165 grams. With their big eyes, they have very acute night vision, which makes them good night hunters, while their big ears can move in the direction of any noise. Now, let us know Philippine Eagle. The Philippine Eagle inhabits the mountain forests of Luzon, Leyte, Samar, and Mindanao. They build their nest high in one of the giant trees 30 meters away from the ground. Their food consists mostly of large snakes, hornbill, wildcats, flying lemurs, and monkeys. Most of the time, eagles hide in the forest to protect themselves from the hunters and other enemies. Desert animals. The desert is a harsh environment with very little rainfall and extreme temperature. Water is very limited, that when it rains, water immediately seeps underground because of its loose and sandy soil. Considering this harsh condition, the desert is still rich with different kinds of animals. Some deserts get very hot during the day and very cold during the night. Animals that live in the desert have adapted to cope with lack of water, extreme temperature, and even shortage of food. Many desert animals are nocturnal and stay deep underground in burrows, like antelopes, squirrels, bobcats, jackrabbits, and coyotes. Animals like camels, armadillos, and antelopes can survive for a long time without drinking. Lizards and snakes can stand the high temperature because of their rough scales that protect them from the heat of the sun. Mountain animals. Just like deserts, mountains are a challenging environment for animals to live in with the presence of steep cliffs and barren rocks, scarce vegetation, and extreme temperature. There are 3 ways for them to deal with extreme cold conditions: through hibernation, migration, or by seeking shelter underground or under the snow. The following are forest and mountain animals. Grassland animals. Let us know the animals that live in the grassland. The grasslands, also known as prairies and savannas, are areas where vegetation is dominated by grass and herbaceous plants. Because of the open landscape and the widely spaced trees, grasslands are home to large herds of grazing mammals such as zebras, bison or bison, rabbits, and antelopes. Now, let's talk about animals that live in water. Water is also a habitat for a great variety of animals. Animals that live in water habitats are called aquatic animals. These are groups of animals that are either vertebrates or invertebrates that live in water most or all of their life. The aquatic environment is divided into two types, namely the seawater or marine environment and the fresh environment. The seawater environment includes the seas and oceans. Now, let's talk about saltwater animals or marine environment. These include fish, turtles, dolphins, saltwater crocodiles, and whales like sperm whale, blue whale, killer whale, and humpback whale. Mammals like whales, dolphins, porpoises, seals, and sea lions develop small ears and appendages, flippers, in order to adapt on their aquatic environment. Adapting to their own habitat depends on their body structures. Polar fish, for example, have evolved a natural form of antifreeze in their blood and tissue. This substance helps prevent ice crystals from forming even below freezing point where the fish is able to survive. Freshwater environment. There are countless animal species around the world that live in streams, rivers, and lakes. These often become the home of a variety of species from insects to amphibians, reptiles, birds, fish, and even mammals. Many kinds of reptiles like snakes and lizards and even crustaceans such as yabbies live in, on, and near freshwater habitats. Frogs, turtles, and tortoises are generally found near river spans, streams, and wetlands. For some animals, water serves as their protection from the intense heat of the sun. Other animals use water as a place to escape land enemies. Since that we're done discussing about animals that live on land or in water, let's have our first activity. Just write yes or no, answer directly on your paper. You have to answer 1 up to 10. For your second activity, identify each statement. Answer directly on your paper. You have to answer 1 up to 11. Remember class, keep your paper worksheet activities and pass it on the next submission every Monday. Video lesson has ended. Thank you for listening and goodbye.